Welcome to the video, and today we are going to be talking about the egg event. The egg event, easy, hard, treacherous, and Kingslayer. What do you need to do better? How do you do better? Well, you have to build an event team that works and does well. So let's talk about the characters. Now, the first one that I have to talk about are the free cities. You get five, you could start off turn one, go ham, go crazy. Good for easy and hard. The higher difficulties, not so good. Kind of a one trick pony. Very good for those scores, but that's it. Let's talk about the meat and potatoes. This is for Treacherous and Kingslayer. What you need? Well, first, let's talk about the MVP. There's two MVPs of these modes. You have, first of all, Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra has the best lead in the game for events. I have her at 5-star, so she creates 2 random power-ups when an enemy is defeated. If you unlock her at 1 star and above, you will get 1 power-up per enemy defeated. Why is this good? Because every time a power-up is made, you have a potential to create cascades which will refill stamina on other people's moves. She also has an AoE, which is very important. It's a pretty good AoE and can create fire, which goes on with our next character that I highly recommend, which most of you are building, and that is Daenerys, Red Daenerys. Daenerys has a fast skill AoE, which is boosted by fire, so when you have fire on your team, that really helps clear out enemies. She is very useful for the team. I use her a lot. Then we have the other MVP, and that is Tyrion. Tyrion has the ability to do AoEs and pass stamina and make you take out harder bosses and harder levels that you would not be able to do. He is the punch-up king and the king for longer fights. Highly recommend him. 2 to 3 stars. You don't need to go higher. If you go 3 stars, make sure to level up his moves. He is a king. Then you have an amazing tank. He is the king of single target damage for me. There is a lot of blue enemies in the egg event, and when you have a person like Daenerys or you're running reds, they take 50% less damage. But Ned, his ability does a ton of damage. It's normal speed, and he taunts, so you are able to save some of your weaker characters. You do need to keep Tyrion alive, or else his ability does not work. So Ned Stark is definitely up there, and one of the reasons why I use him. Another character who is very useful is Criston Cole. Criston Cole has the ability to give someone Criston's charge. You mark them and he retaliates, but the beauty of it is when they use their move, he'll sacrifice 25% of his stamina, and they'll get 25% stamina back. So you could keep spamming moves. This could be good using it with Tyrion, so he keeps moving it on and passing it on. He also has a power-up gem with Rhaenyra, which gives 15% defense and 15% attack for 3 turns. That could be great as well because she'll be triggering random power gems. Well, we have to talk about an important part of the egg event, and that is your sustain. Because when you're at super high level like where I am, you don't need a healer, you don't need a shielder. You could just power through with level 200s and just get through Kingslayer, no problem. But when you're lower level, you need some sort of sustain. Alicent has been nerfed. She is not useful anymore. However, the best single target healer in the game is Catelyn Stark. Catelyn Stark deals a massive heal. I have this upgraded to 8, so it's not going to be as potent for you. But Catelyn will help keep Tyrion alive, the other guys alive that you really need. And she has a passive which will inflict ice, and she will heal enemies. She'll heal allies below 50% health. So that is useful as well. Another one with sustain that we have is Marjorie. Marjorie is the only healer that has the heal all. So she will heal all your allies, and then she has the triage heal, which goes up based on how low their health is. So it's very important to have a healer. So Marjorie, good sustain. If you're building the fire team, you will have Maester. Maester heals all allies at normal speed, which is very useful. He'll also apply fire on critical heals, so that will power up Daenerys. So if you need sustain, you have him there. Another useful sustain is the Mender. The Mender will apply fires when a fire is generated, 40% chance to apply, so that will power Daenerys even more. But the Mender heals all allies for their max HP, so that is super useful. You also have Samwell. If you're going to be pulling for Ned, which I recommend, you have Samwell as well, who's going to be applying an attack shield, remove debuff, and heal all shielded allies. So he could be very useful. Now, let me show you, there's about cheesing as well. There's cheesing. Now, take a look at this. Kingslayer. I am in third place right now. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I feel like I have a lot of good things. But look at this guy in first, right? Gotta give him props, because I think we just learned something for Kingslayer. He has a huge score. Now let's look at who his raid defense is, and let's try to decipher. Okay, so the cheesing in the egg event, you maximize the amount of eggs, and you just keep going until there's no more eggs, and you either kill them off or you die. That's how you register the high score. Now look at his team. He's got a level 200 Sam for sustain, okay, and blue is weak against green, so that's good against an Alicent or other enemies. Then he's got a Maester at 200. That's also sustain for heal. And then he's got a pretty huge Mender, which isn't going to do that much attack, but he's going to heal as well. He's probably not using Beric and Rhaenyra in there. He's probably using Mender, Samwell, and the Maester to get these magnificent scores. I mean, look at that score. That score is phenomenal. Let's see how we are. We're probably going to get third place just like last time. I haven't gotten up to the cheese level in Kingslayer, but if you look at my scores, I'm in the 60s pretty much. I'm in the 60s. So even if I get the max score of 68,000, which you really can't get in Kingslayer with these beefy enemies, you gotta go to cheese. And look at what this guy has. I could probably improve and maybe take down number 2. She's got sustain as well. She's got a pretty big Marjorie. I don't know who else she has, but if you use Kristen, remember, if you use Kristen and you apply Kristen's charge on Marjorie, she will get 25% stamina back and be able to heal again. So that is the potential there. So, with the egg event, this is who you have. These are who I recommend you building. Let's see if there's anyone else worth building in here that I haven't talked about. Let's see. You have other shield guys. Oh, by the way, you could cheese easy with level 1 Alistair Thorne. Level 1. The red summon is out right now. If you get a level 1, you can cheese and get over 140,000 for your score on level 10 against Alicent. Just make sure to move on one side of the board and not kill off Alicent. You'll be able to get it. He has a very fast move for a shield, and that is useful. So kill all the enemies, and then when you get to Alicent, stick to one side and start collecting eggs until there are no more. So you can cheese again. Unfortunately, mine is a level 50, so I cannot show you a cheese video, but he does the job. So, shielding, sustain, and powerhouses like Rhaenyra to refill stamina and Tyrion to do many great things. that is your way to go. And of course, free cities if you want that easy and normal, easy and hard. So that is who I recommend building. Oh, another guy for budget teams, Lord of Bones has a fast AoE. It hits pretty decently. You level him up, get a fast speed, and that's great. Oh, and there's one more character I forgot to mention who might be fantastic. You have Tormund. And why is Tormund fantastic? He has a normal speed AoE, but the AoE does 100% physical. Now, what's great about Tormund is that he is Violet. So Violet does not have any weaknesses. It only has strengths against gold. Sometimes when you're using Daenerys and there's a lot of blue enemies, you're going to deal 50% total damage. But with Tormund, you could do a big, massive AoE hit, and you will get him in the Battle of the Bastards event. So something worth fighting for and achieving. I will be working on Tormund, and that will be that. I hope you guys are having a good event. Oh, another guy, Zaro. Zaro is a good guy. He has a shield. He makes shields on the whole team, so that's more sustain. You're going to get him naturally and for free, and he has the free city synergy, so that's that. And, yeah, that, Brienne, another shield, more sustain. You'll get her with Marjorie. I'm going to try to build the shield team and see if I can cheese Kingslayer. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below. Let me know what you think. And hopefully you guys have a good egg event. Take care.